What's up? Thank you for watching and listening to the Entrepreneur for Life podcast, the number one podcast for your entrepreneur tips and tricks and cheat codes. Today we got a special guest, Gene the Genius. My man's got a whole lot going on. I'm not going to set him up with a big intro. I'm going to kind of just, this is a Q&A platform to get a chance to talk to a young entrepreneur who's been through some of the challenges you might be going through and give you some insight on how he's running this business. Gene the Genius, my first question. What do you do?
Peace. So, peace, everybody. I am DJ the Genius, multi-artist. What do I do? What don't I do? I try to get my hands on everything. So, from MCing to the fashion design to DJing to event coordination to helping my close friends out with artist development, to teaching DJ classes at True School, to even reaching out to anybody who reaches out to me for help. I like connecting dots and building bridges.
Word. In terms of your passion and what generates income for you, what would you say out of those things is your priority?
As a priority, DJing has been the most lucrative for me. Everybody needs somebody to keep the party going, and there's always going to be a party. Besides that, I would say the fashion. So thrifting, reselling, and customizing fashion. People are always going to want to show their individuality through what they're wearing. So that's always going to be a thing.
So I would say, like, from a public perspective, what you're probably known for most is definitely the DJing and the fashion. Why did you decide those things go together and that you would turn them into businesses?
I haven't even really thought about how they coincide with each other, to be honest. When I started DJing, it started from a basis of I'm an MC, and I seen other DJs who, they were dope at DJing, but they didn't have the hosting, the moving the crowd, that ability to, to make that difference or to innovate the way that they were DJing, So I was like, I want to get behind those turntables, get the party started, hop on the mic, get it jumping, keep it circulating like that. But with the fashion aspect of it, because DJs, like, they stand behind the turntables all day, you might not see what they're wearing.
Right.
So that's why I haven't really thought about how they coincide. But even as an MC with the fashion stuff, you're always on stage, always center of attention. People are always gonna look at you for like what's coming next, as far as trending.
Gotcha. So as a DJ, what is the most important thing you need to do in order to make sure you get paid and that you're not just a DJ, but that you're actually a professional? What would you say are one or two things that you have to make sure to do in order to make sure people take you seriously, one, but also that at the end of the day, somebody cuts a check?
First thing is valuing yourself. So you put in the work, you practice day by day, and you see your own progress. You value yourself because you're investing into the equipment, you're investing in, your time and your practice. So, as long as you value yourself off the bat, people are going to value you as well, whether you're turning down gigs because they're not paying you enough, or on the other hand, if you want to, if you are a starting entrepreneur or a starting DJ and you want to just like get yourself out there, doing events for free is one thing, but make sure that, people know that you're not a free DJ, you're doing this so that you can get your foot in the door. That's the difference between like, someone who's just doing it to do it and someone who's actually trying to create value for themselves as an artist or DJ.
So I imagine it'd probably be kind of tough as a DJ to get the ball going. People like hearing music. They probably just think, oh, he can play music, let me call him. But to make sure people know that you're serious, you say first step is like self-evaluating your worth.
Definitely.
And being able to determine, hey, what do I want to do with this? Do I want to be a professional? Am I content with just playing records in my basement? I'm assuming branding is important for you too, because you're always rocking your brand. All your brands kind of intermingle with each other, the fashion brand, the DJ brand.
Community work.
Yeah, can you tell me what's the thought process in that, or what's the intentional process in that, or is it just something you just throwing out brands, or how do you pull it all together?
How do I pull it all together? Everything just came naturally, really. From my start in work with community, community work with True School, from being a participant, using my own voice to, make a difference. to being on to like the staff and things like that, gave me the opportunity to grow myself as an MC into a DJ. And what I'm saying, utilizing skills that I have to show my own individuality through the fashion. They all coincide with each other, and they all came naturally. They're all grassrooted. I met the founder. I'm the co-founder of Unfinished Legacy. The founder, Brema, I met him through True School. In 2015. So ever since then, we've been linked up and just going hard with the same mission of creating something so that when we're not here anymore, there's something that we did. We have that legacy.
So, again, for the listeners, Unfinished Legacy, that's the brand, the fashion wing over here for Jene. And you can check out Unfinished Legacy on all the social media platforms if you want to check out the clothing. He has some on now. For our listeners, how important would you say branding is? Some people just get out there, start DJing, and never really think about branding. You guys are very good at that. How important is branding?
Branding is like the most important thing as an entrepreneur, because that's what people are going to know you for. Whether you're doing what, whether I'm DJing or not, people are going to know that whatever I do or wherever I'm at, I'm there either to make a statement, whether it's what I'm wearing, or to make a difference in the community with the engagement that I'm having with the people who are in the room, no matter what the event is. Also, back to going, as a starting DJ or a starting entrepreneur, having that value. If you have your branding set up before you even get started, then people are going to take you way more serious. It's not just like a passion project. This is like an actual business for you. You know what I'm saying? So that branding is really important.
And being somebody who dabbles in a lot of different things, would you say for you it's a strength to be able to balance all these things, or are you in a point where you're trying to kind of hone in on a few things that work? Because some people say you could do, many things really good, or you can work on one thing and do it the best. I don't really subscribe to any. I'm a multitasker. I'm a person who likes to delve in a lot of different fields. But for you, what do you find? Is it your strength to deal with all of these things, or are you trying to focus on just what works in one or two aspects of it?
That's a really great question. People ask me all the time which one, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather be a DJ, or would you rather be an MC? Would you rather be a fashion designer? Would you rather be a photographer? Things like that. It's like, I don't even think about that, because to me, the many different ways that I express myself are a part of my survival, you know what I'm saying? But that lifestyle isn't for everybody. Some people need to be honed in on one thing, have that tunnel vision, grow into whatever level that they want to grow into that. But for me, I just like, for one, I like doing things myself. I don't like waiting on people. But I also like learning, you know what I'm saying? Learning is a big thing, continuous learning, like from kindergarten until, I'm in a retirement home. I want to be able to learn something new, regardless of who's teaching me. It could be someone who's in kindergarten, or it could be someone in a retirement home,
Gotcha. So, always learning, always willing to expand your palette of knowledge.
Yeah.
My last question for you is for our listeners, and it is, what advice would you give to the entrepreneur that feels stuck, that feels like, they can't get started today, that always finds a challenge or a reason why not to start doing something? And that's what I mean by stuck. The entrepreneur who has the great idea, who has the passion, but just doesn't have the drive. What advice would you give to them?
Never quit before you start. That goes into, shout out Sam Swayze, his 1% challenge. I feel like it's something I think about every day, no matter what. You put in that 1%, you're gonna see an outcome from that 1%, and you're gonna feel it, and that's gonna motivate you to go the rest of the 99%. So don't feel stuck. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Really, don't sell yourself short. Don't second guess yourself. Just, if you have an idea creatively, write it down and try to create something physical to so you can feel that progress happening.
Great advice from a man who basically brought his company from nothing to something. I've watched this brother grow. I've watched from the outside looking in, and they're doing a great job on branding their product and letting people know what comes with that product. The product also has great quality, and it's very unique. So if you go check out the website, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's nothing out there like it. And that goes again with branding. If you search Unfinished Legacy, you're not going to get anything else but these guys. And that's just good branding. So thank you all for listening to the podcast, Entrepreneur for Life. Check us out on all social media platforms, as well as coming live to YouTube and the visual platform. We're just going to keep it going. Thanks for listening. Peace out.